Sit happens. Whether you're a college student cramming for finals or slaving away at the 9 to 5, we all probably sit much longer than we should in a day. And with that sit comes back pain, especially in the lower back. Now, I'm definitely speaking from experience, as over the past 5 years at my day job, my weight and body fat percentage have both increased to probably unhealthy levels, and I'm basically constantly plagued by lower back soreness and pain in my knees, hips, and basically everywhere. So when Flexispot reached out to try their C7 office chair, I was cautiously optimistic. Does a fancy ergo chair really make a difference? Let's find out right after you optimistically click that like button. The C7 is Flexispot's premium office chair designed to compete with chairs from Herman Miller and Steelcase. Now, I've been using an old Steelcase Leap V1 since college, and while it's been a great chair, there really isn't any lumbar support to speak of, and I've been getting back pain lately. More on that later. The C7 has two features that I really like that are lacking from my Leap, first being that lumbar support I talked about, and second, a headrest. Assembly isn't too difficult, although it is a little slow using the included Allen wrench, but I thought it was a nice touch that the entire chair can be assembled using only one tool. The entire assembly took me about half an hour, and then it was time to sit in it. At first sit, it was really comfortable, and there are plenty of adjustments to help you get that perfect setup. Not only does this chair come with all the bells and whistles like a footrest and a headrest, it's also gotten from 90 to 128 degree incline, as well as adaptive lower lumbar support and 4-way adjustable armrests. This chair is extremely comfortable, and there are several different ways that you can customize it so that it fits you perfectly. But in my daily use for about a week, there are a few caveats I think you should know about before you buy. I'm 5'9" in bare feet with a 30-inch inseam, which means I'm cursed with a long torso and short legs. I'm able to flat feet in this chair for that coveted 90-degree bend, but I did see some comments on Reddit about shorter people not being able to get low enough to the floor without using a footrest. Also, this chair is big. I found it to be really roomy, but even at my height, the headrest was barely low enough to sit in the proper position at the lowest setting, so I could see people shorter than I am not really being able to take advantage of the headrest unless I'm doing something wrong. At the end of the day though, this chair is extremely comfortable for someone of at least my height and my weight, but I could see smaller people finding this chair just a little too big for comfortable use. If that's the case, they do have a smaller C5 available for sale, but it's just something to keep in mind. So if you're watching this based on my YouTube demographics, you're probably on the younger side and you might be thinking a chair is a chair is a chair. Why spend hundreds of dollars on one that has adaptive lumbar support or the option for forward lean support like the C7 does? Well, let me tell you, young grasshopper, you might feel like the world is your oyster now, but when I was 25, I didn't have back pain or nerd neck either. I was also 50 pounds lighter, so my biggest advice to you is to take the money you're spending on buying breakfast burritos and McDonald's and buy some running shoes and this chair. Then when you get to my age, your health tracking app won't call you obese in bright orange letters. But now you might be asking yourself, well, what makes this chair worth $350 when you look at the Staples hiking chairs for $150? Or why is a Steelcase Leap worth $2,000 and a Herman Miller Aeron around the same price? And if you want my honest opinion, after having used a Steelcase chair for several years and having sat in several different Aeron configurations, the Flexispot C7 is a $350 chair. What that means is the quality of the materials does not feel quite as nice, especially in the footrest. Now, that's not to say that the C7 doesn't feel cheap or even premium. It feels really nice, but at the end of the day, this is cost effective and it does have to hit a certain price point. But speaking of price point, you can use code C730 to save $30. The cushioning is not quite as premium as the seat cushion is in an Aeron or a Steelcase Leap. That being said, the main functions that I'm looking for in an office chair, that being back support and just overall ergonomics and comfort, are definitely top-notch in this C7, so I think it's a really great value for the price. Then again, this chair is cheaper than a Geon Work Sport, so maybe I'm not the right one to ask. On a side note, I've been a little slow to upload lately because I actually got a gym membership and I've been trying to work on my health little by little. So let me know in the comments below if you'd be interested in updates on my own escape from obesity. I'm MakerMods and I'll catch you in my next video.